Hello and welcome to the daily vlog. Today it's the men, so we're going to talk about cars. Actually, I was
just sitting here and these guys sat
yeah.
on.
And I'm just half a man.
Well, I hate cars. I hate cars. Not the idea. I agree with you, Will. What Will said before the show about, I mean, the freedom of, and all that. No, that's great. That's great. But so as a transportation device, that would include things like motorcycles, bikes, horses, planes. I love freedom.
Oh, those carts
helicopters
for the railroad.
Them.
Oh,
I love that as concept. But the thing about cars that gets me is they always seem to be breaking down. Always freaking seem to be breaking down.
Okay,
really
that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Always.
Oh wait, yes, that is an exaggeration.
Frequently.
But it says car troubles. Like, I mean,
Sometimes.
people talk about it. Everybody's had car troubles all the time, right? You know. So anyway, and as a software engineer, though, I've learned when I build a system, software in my case, you build in lots and lots of like backup pieces to it. So
but does entropy affect software? See, we're talking
Yes,
thermodynamics when you talk about a car, and so a car
entropy
obeys the
absolutely
laws.
Software absolutely obeys entropy. Given point in case, we've got games we developed years ago that no longer work on Windows Vista.
Really?
They didn't work well on Windows XP. They were actually originally designed for Windows 98.
They didn't even
See
work
how
when you made them.
the entropy actually, entered into the system? As the world moved on, the games themselves exhibited this equivalent of entropy.
That's because they
anyway,
didn't change.
But cars, what gets me is that it just seems there's so many systems on cars that, as long as they go day after day working perfect, there's no problem. As soon as like one of those systems breaks down, boom, the car is no longer drivable.
Well, yeah, it's laws of complexity also.
Complexity is exactly what I'm getting at. Yes.
Right, and it's like you take my 1966 Mustang.
Okay.
Is you pour lots of gas in it, and the motor runs and it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. You take my 1990s car, if it goes into the computer and it processes the fuel and it says, well, I've got enough air, I've got enough fuel. Am I too hot? Am I too cold? Oh, I'm too hot. I'm not going to work. Or I don't have enough air. I'm not going to work. And so and this complexity is caused, it's safeguarding the motor.
Yes.
But in the end, the result is the same. You're parked beside the road.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, the cars today, it's not that they're too complex. It's just that I wish the systems were built from the core out so that, like, basically the things that failed on the car are most likely to fail, sort of come from the outside in, and you'd be like, yeah, my car's got a couple of things that don't seem to be working on it. Oh, I can drive it fine. It's just that, it's not as nice as it was
your
when I bought it.
house.
Yes, your
It
house
can
is...
break down, but you can still live in it.
Exactly.
Your sewer line backs up enough.
Well, that happens to a certain degree. I was like, the only time that your car is running perfectly is the day that you roll it off the showroom floor, because there's
I don't know, it seems like a lot of cars don't work perfectly that day either.
Yeah, but, you break a switch, and you say, oh, I'll fix that, and, pretty soon problems add up, and then you've got a car that's got 15 things that are wrong with you that's going to cost you $2,000 to fix.
The problem is with a car breaking down, it's such a showstopper for your day. I mean, it really is. It's like suddenly...
It's like going to the doctor across town.
Yeah.
Well, you have to find a mechanic, and and basically, given the percentage of honest mechanics to dishonest mechanics, there's of course they will contest that. They say a technician is a technician is a technician, but then again, there's a pressure as a business person to say, well, if they've got one thing wrong with their car, they got 50 things wrong with their car. Let's try to fix all of them and charge them for that.
Well, yeah, no, it definitely gets, and the whole system falls apart because there's sometimes when there's somebody that's willing to go for a second opinion, and I've yet to know, I know a few people that go for second opinions, and I rarely hear this. Yeah, they said this was wrong with it. I took it to another shop and they said exactly the same thing. That never happens.
I had one thing wrong with mine. The thermostat was broken.
Yes.
And then a technician leaned on a fuel line and ruptured it.
Yes. Yeah. And then they refuse to believe that you're in any way inconvenienced by this. Which was the thing.
That's why they gave me the car.
But tell me why you had to yell at them.
it's a mixed bag because I know people that are technicians. My brother,
Yeah.
my cousin, you know, and they make their living at it, and
Sure.
they make an honest living at it.
But there's not enough of them.
But there's, you know, it's such a business that it's so easy to go from being honest to being sleazy.
Yeah.